Okay, what's happening, people? Jono here from Fitness Education Online. Welcome to our channel if it's your first time on here. And it's actually a specific series. If you've landed on this video here, I've got a specific series which is all about social media marketing tips for fitness professionals. What I've done is I've gone and sought out the 10 best social media marketing professionals, specifically for fitness professionals in the world, and they're going to give you their top 3 tips in less than 10 minutes. Now, I'm going to shoot over and give them a bit of an introduction in a second. Just before I do that, let me tell you that we've also got another series, which is business tips in general. So this one here is all social media marketing. We've got another one, which is business based. Now, I've interviewed the same people on both of them because they're very closely related, obviously. So it's the same introduction for both. So if you get to the introduction and you're like, well, hold on, haven't I heard this exact same introduction before? Yes, it has. I've just used the same introduction. You could call it, I don't know whether it's lazy on my behalf or it's just smart or time efficient on my behalf. I like to call it smart and time efficient. You can call it what you want. But anyway, let me introduce this week's guest. What's happening, people? Jono here from Fitness Education Online. Super excited to get into this week's episode of how to get more clients for your personal training business. I've got a fellow Aussie on this week, Jimmy Halley. Now, Jimmy is an expert when it comes to Facebook ads. But in saying that, he's also a personal trainer. He's run his own boot camp. He's run his own fitness facility, and now he's focusing on the Facebook ad side of things. So the reason why his insight is so valuable is because, you'll get a lot of people that are Facebook ad experts. That's great. But if they don't know the fitness industry, are they going to be the best person to give you advice for their Facebook ads? Jimmy Halley knows both of them, so you're in for a treat. Just before we get into it, usual deal, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit subscribe and join our community Facebook group. We've got the largest Facebook group in the world for fitness professionals. We want you to be a part of it. Links down in the description, so join. Anyway, let's hear it from Jimmy.
So right off the bat, I'm going to say I'm an ads guy. You can see Jim Boss Marketing because we run an advertising agency. That wasn't supposed to be a plug, by the way, but can't help it.
That's why you're the advertising guy, right?
So I'm going to tell you some stuff that we do. There's one organic thing that we get all of our clients to do, but then I'm going to have 2 things that revolve around paid ads that you can implement to help boost lead flow for you, so you're getting more leads through, because that's probably the first thing you want to do. So number 1 is what we call our branding script, and this is something where your organic content, so you're just posting to your page. Everybody posts workout videos and, here's how you do this, or here's like booty pics or whatever. So they're all kind of like samey, but what you want to do to stand out is be a helpful brand, is by able to make all your content about them. Don't make it about you, your gym, your cool new dumbbells or whatever you've got. Unfortunately, people don't care about that. They just only care about whatever is interested in them. So this is you facing camera, just organic, doesn't have to be real produced or anything. This is where you got to understand who your ideal clients are, and you have to understand what are their core pains, problems, frustrations, or their desires, what they want to get in relation to your product or service, that industry you're in, being health and fitness, right? So you don't want to talk about them getting a Lamborghini, because that's not what we're in. So this is the sort of the core parts of the script, and I'll go through it real quick, and then I'll give you sort of a brief example if I've got time. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts. Number 1, you open it with the problem or frustration that relates to them, and call them out. Don't start with, hey guys, how you going? It's Jimmy here. Bump next, because you've got 3 minutes to capture people's attention. So you need to position it like, are you a mum that struggles with finding a little bit of time to be able to even just get a 15-minute workout in for yourself? Boom. So you pose it with a question, and that's a problem or frustration that they have, because mums are too busy doing everything for everybody else, right? That's if you serve the mum market. If you have Mums and Bubs boot camp or something. Then the next thing you would have is, in this video, we're going to talk about how you can carve out 15 minutes of time for yourself, so you can then position it into the outcomes that they want to get. You can find 15 minutes of time so you can begin to build back up your fitness and your core and blah, 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 right? So we've hit it with a problem. Then we said, in this video, we're going to show you 3 things that do X, Y, Z. Then you give them the 3 tips. That's where you can just hard out teach them. teach them the 3 tips. Then once you give them the 3 tips, recap. Cool. So the 3 tips were number 1, number 2, number 3. Then give them a call to action. Hey, if you've really enjoyed this video, and your call to action could simply be, shoot me a private message, shoot me a DM, because you don't have to have a funnel or anything or a website if you don't have one. You can just go, hey, if you really enjoyed this, you want to find out more about our 28-day program that's coming up, simply shoot me a DM and I'll hit you back with some more information. Bang. Now you can get them in a conversation on a DM, get their phone number, call them, book them in for an appointment, or sell them over the phone. And so that way you've helped them, you position it, and you can generate leads. Now, the whole idea is not necessarily to generate leads. You get some, great, but you've been helpful more so than the people that have just been like, hey, here's how you do a workout. And if you can wrap your 3 tips into a story around a client or a story or something that's happened to you, it makes it even more memorable. Hey, if you're a mom that's done this, blah, 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 blah. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how Mary, who one of our clients who joined us about 6 months ago, was struggling with that exact same thing, how she turned it around and how she got the results like this. So the first thing that we did with Mary was point 1. And the second thing we did with her was this, 2 and 3. And this is what, if you would, a mom like Mary, this is what we would recommend for you as well, because of the great results that she got. Then you recap, then you give your call to action. It could be like, hey, shoot me a text message. Hey, go to my website. And say the website, www.jimmysbootcamp.com or whatever it is, or send me a DM or send me a private message. And so that would be my number 1 tip for social media for PTs and fitness business owners, is to have a whole bunch of videos. Don't just do one. I would do like 8 of them around the top 8, or maybe start with 5, the top 5 core problems and frustrations that your ideal client faces. So now let's get into ads. So you guys probably run ads, and the biggest thing that when people starting out with ads is like, oh, I tried ads once, doesn't work. So, which is fine. It's not supposed to work your first time. Okay. But how you get good is by doing it a lot. But the biggest misconception is I need to make it about a cheap thing, a free thing, a discounted thing. And I would love for you to take away from this is to do the complete opposite. But we don't say, hey, this is super expensive, don't do it. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is do the complete opposite. Most people say free 7-day pass, 7 days for $7, 21 days for $21, or 50% off. The offer is all around money. And at the end of the day, people aren't walking around going, geez, I wish I had 7 days for $7. Like, that's not the problems and the stuff that's going through their head. What we have to understand before we even create an ad or any bit of content is that none of this, to piggyback off my first point, which is why I did it first, none of this is to do with us. It's all about them and what they're frustrated about, what they're struggling with, their fears, but also their desires and their goals. So if we make our advertising exactly like that as well, and there's like 2 main sections of an ad without giving you a full script or whatever, is literally like, do the first bit of like couple of lines about what they're currently facing as a problem when it relates to what you do. So if you're a pain management person or whatever, make it like, hey, this getting out of bed in the morning is just getting harder and harder. This and this and this. Like, what does their typical day look like right now with them, and how do they feel about it? So if you put their feelings into it, and that's the first part, like kind of like the bad, quote unquote, bad stuff at the start. Then you have a transition and you go, and because of that, we've created the XYZ program. And then that's where you transition into the good stuff. Here's a bullet point, just out a few of the things that you include, but also what the benefit is to them in relation to their frustration or the desire that they want to get. And then you give them a sweet, just a simple call to action. A sweet call to action could be sweet as well. A simple call to action is just at the end, you literally just want to tell them plain as day, hey, if any of that sounds good to you, simply click learn more and register your information. And you will be invited in for a 30-minute free consultation, or you will get a 15-minute phone call. Like, tell them exactly what's going to happen so there is no surprises, because people think all marketing is spammy and stuff. So if you are super transparent at the call to action, then you're going to be head and shoulders above your competition. So make your offer about them, their pains and problems at the start. And I would say when you're writing, here's a little tactical hack for you. Go to hemingwayapp.com, or it's hemingwayapp.com. Whatever you write, copy and paste it into that there, and it's a grammar editor, and it'll show you, you want to get your reading level from like a grade 12 down to a grade 3, meaning you need to shorten up your sentences, you need to shorten your grammar, use more simple words, and that's going to be read easier so people don't have to expend mental calories trying to read your ad. You want them to get it straight away, especially on social media. So that's a great tactical tip for you, and that's what we use for all of our clients to make sure that we have high converting ads for them. So point number 3, I'm going to use some of my, this is again for ads. So now you've written your ad, okay? You've written your ad, you have a great bit of ad copy is what they call that, whatever the text is in the ad. But then most people will ask, okay, what image or what video do I use? And I would say start with image because it's easier to not mess it up. Like videos, you have to like have all these whatever, and you don't have to be production, but at least with an image, it's still image. And because with especially social media advertising being predominantly on Facebook and Instagram, you want to have an image and make it an Instagram size. Go to canva.com and just select the Instagram size, put in your photo that you want, but also put a banner of text on it that says the location. I'll use, for example, Bondi was where I had a gym at one stage. So Bondi, then the gender of the people you're looking for, women, Bondi, like Bondi men, whatever it is, right? Say Bondi women, then the name of the program, 28-day fitness kickstart. Simple. The 3 elements that just should be as your headline on the banner. The reason why we do that is because the text that is that you've written, you only get to see like the first line before you got to click that see more. And so you want it to be very clear that this is what it is. And because the image is the thing that stops people first. Think of it like a magazine, like it's old school magazines when you're in the supermarket. What's you walk in and then you're at the checkout, and what's the thing that makes you stop? You're like, hold on a minute, what's J-Lo up to at the moment? What? And then you read the headline next, because you see the photo. That's the thing that stops you. Then the headline is the second thing you read. That is the thing that makes you like draws you in that next step. And then the third thing, it might say, see page 3. And then you're like, read the headline. It's like, hey, you'll never believe what J-Lo's been up to. I don't know why I watched a TV show with her just yesterday. You'll never believe what she's been up to. And you're like, oh, see page 3. Then you flip to page 3. Now you're in. Now you're reading what they wanted you to read, which is exactly what we want. The concept with this, the image needs to pop. You can use black and white images. You could be like, but if you're using color, make sure it's vibrant colors, and have the banner on there. And also, why we have the banner on the image is on Instagram. If you're in stories and stuff, you don't see any of the text. It's just the photo. So that's like a little hack for you. So you don't have to create brand new images for each placement. Just do that, and you can use that across all of them. And a real tactical one is don't show people working out. Majority of the time, 99% of the time, if people are working out, it seems weird, but they don't convert as well because people don't like to see the hard work. Show them the outcome of what the workout will get them. So there can be people like, what works really well is like a sweaty selfie of like a post-workout selfie with the boot camp crew that you got, and everyone's like doing funny faces or whatever. Like, be fun, be real, show your personality. Don't have to use stock images. We use some at sometimes, but majority of the time for our clients, what works the best for their ads is the ones that's from inside their gym, or from some of their clients that are out doing activities outdoors. Like they're at the beach, they're climbing, hiking up a mountain, or they're doing like whatever. And we use that in the ads. That's the stuff that usually converts the best. So make images pop. You need it to like draw attention, because that's the thing, like a magazine that grabs your attention first. So it needs to, because you could have the best written ad, but if nobody reads it, then you're not going to get leads. So that would be my tip number 3. And to recap them all, number 1, have a branding script for your organic stuff. Number 2, make your ad offer all about them. And number 3, use the right type of images with banners.
All right, you can tell that guy knows a thing or two about the advertising side of things, right? Anyways, what I recommend doing is following Jimmy on social media, getting his tips, his strategies. So, Jimmy, where do we find out more about you?
Real simple, go to iwantgymleads.com. That's iwantgymleads.com. You can go over there. You can go see all the work that we've done with our clients. There's like about 10 or so videos with a whole bunch of other client case studies and stuff that you can go check out over there. That's for our done-for-you marketing services. So iwantgymleads.com, or you can go check us out on social media, just my name, Jimmy Halley.
Awesome. I want gym leads, Jim leads. Is it gym leads or is it
gym, like for a gym where you work out? So IWANTGYM leads.com.
So that's it for today's episode. I would love to invite you into the Fitness Education Online Community Facebook group if you're not in there already. It's a free Facebook group. There's thousands of trainers in there. We all share tips and ideas. Everyone's super supportive. And that's really what we do at Fitness Education Online. So I'll see you in there.